group. She is also a person who has a very deep, heartfelt experience with Sing for Wishes. Annette, would you like to come down for just a moment and tell us about your experience with the Make-A-Wish Foundation? And like I said earlier, it takes courage to get up here and have all your eyes focused on this lady, because her story is what made me join this organization.
And before I start, let me just say that Mike Lyle is our #1 singer who has been the singer to raise the most money as a singer for Make-A-Wish. So give Mike a round of applause.
Lisa gave me another $250.
He's kind of raised the bar for everybody. My name's Annette Franklin. I am on the committee for the Regional Council for Make-A-Wish. I'm also a Wish parent. I'm here to tell you a little bit about our experience with Make-A-Wish and what it meant to my family. And I'll try to say that with a straight face and not cry, but I don't promise because I always cry. My daughter was diagnosed with a diffuse pontine glioma at the age of 3 years old. She was attended to very quickly. She was given 2 months to live without treatment. They didn't have a treatment. They still don't have a treatment to cure this disease that she had. It was a tumor in her brainstem that so slowly just took the life out of her. She beat all the odds and is written in all the medical journals as a success because she lived longer than anybody else with this condition. The longest person known to live with this condition was 9 months after diagnosis, and she lived 14 months after diagnosis. That to the medical community is a success. That as a parent is a failure. She went through all the treatments and was doing wonderful. And then when she was through with the treatments, a few months later, we went back for an MRI because her eyes started crossing and the tumor was back and it was bigger than ever. And they told me that she was not going to live. There was nothing left that they could do. Sorry. They immediately asked me if she had her wish, or at least you had your wish is what the doctor said to me. And I said, I have no clue what you're talking about. And they said, your social worker should have, talked to you about Make-A-Wish when you were first diagnosed. And the social worker kind of dropped the bomb at that point. But the next day, we were on a plane to Disney. And like Colton, we had a wonderful trip to Disney World. I can never repay Make-A-Wish for those 6 days of memories. No doctor's appointments, no chemotherapy, no throwing up, no worrying about being by a doctor, because Make-A-Wish did assure me that there was a doctor's office very close by if we needed. They took care of everything. We had an airplane to Florida the very next day, like I said. We were greeted by a Make-A-Wish committee when we got off the plane. We were given a rental car. We were given a house at Give Kids the World. And like Colton said, it was better than Disney. She loved Give Kids the World. When we got to Disney, she said, I want to go to Disney World. I said, we're at Disney World. She said, no, I want to go to Disney World. I said, oh, you want to go back to Give Kids the World? Give Kids the World, the founder of that place is Henry Lansworth. He's a Holocaust survivor. And he decided that no kid should ever not have a wish, so he built, with the Disney creators, Give Kids the World. So Make-A-Wish and Give Kids the World are my two charities. I love them. We give to both. Like Colton, we have a star in the castle, and we still go back to visit that star, to see her name in the Magic Castle. My daughter is Elise, and she died 14 months after her diagnosis. Again, she was considered a success, but not in my eyes. I cannot thank Make-A-Wish enough for the 1 week of wonderful memories that we had. As a parent with a child, if you are a parent and you love your child, your brain won't even let you think what life would be like without your kid. I have 4 awesome boys, and I still can't think of my life without them. If you can dig deep into your hearts, this means everything, not only to these kids, but to these families. It's not just a matter of the sick child. Those children have brothers and sisters that don't know how to live without their sibling. So, just wanted to say, sorry I cried. Dig deep into your pockets. This means everything to these kids. This means everything to these families. I love you all for coming out here and for supporting this event. And I don't know what else to say.
Now you know why I got involved in this, right? You hear that story one time and you're ready to go.